The idea that just because you're in a lower class, someone said, well, you can always opt out. Can you always opt out? I want you to think about this for a minute.
It's generally, a lot of the white kids happen to be in the high honor classes, and a lot of the minorities tend to be in the lower classes.
Is it always a choice? So the kid whose teacher is saying to them, you don't belong in an honors or a high honors class. Do they always have the choice to opt out? They also And is it easier for folks who have some privilege?
All my honors classes, basically now, are all mostly white, and it's just not surprising. It's like normal. Like when you turn the TV on, there's a white person on every channel. I actually saw White Man's Burden. There was black people on all the channels, and then I actually noticed that I turned the channels, all white people, white. It's just normal to me.
If all you see in the media or whatever is that everything that's good is white and you're not white, you're going to be like, hey, I'm inferior to this type of person.
All my teachers, except for Ms. Marshall, told me that I was going to be in regular classes this year. I was recommended for all regular classes this year, but I'm in honor classes because my mom told me I could do it. Now I'm on honor roll.
So are you saying then that it has to be up to every single child in this school to fight for their place? And what I'm submitting to you is that it shouldn't be a fight.
I'd say that when groups are tracked, broken up into upper and higher levels, there's definitely race division, with more white kids being in the groups that are called higher.
And you know what, Brandy? They can come to you and say, here's our exception. Here's the black girl who struggled and fought.
We don't need public education to reproduce social class and race discrepancies. We've got a larger society that's more than happy to do that.
You see a lot of, like, the majority of minority students in, like, regular or just, like, honors classes. You do see, like, some in high honors and AP classes, but, like, the percentage is lower.
It's just, I mean, it's been going for generations.
It's just like the way you grow up.
It started way back, and it takes strength from everybody to try to change that.
Why is it such a crime to be in a low or
I don't understand. You have to start to look at what are the assumptions, what are some of the assumptions. And
this is how tracking plays out. Tracking isn't the problem, perhaps society.
The task of public education is to interrupt those discrepancies and create a broader set of opportunities for everybody.
First of all, first thing that happens with this course, the only two people who really know the levels would be the two of us. The only reason why we know is we want to make sure the class is balanced. So, generally speaking, the teachers aren't even aware of what level the students fall in, and so they have to sort of find their way, and that's good because then the kids get a chance to start from sort of a fresh slate.
In this literature course, there's more of a wide range of, like, things to read.
During the Tempest Now, we read Nectar and a Sieve, which is about an Indian woman. We did Two Old Women, which is about an Alaskan tribe.
What was that book that we read? Not A Grace of Wrath. Not The Grace of Wrath. The John Steinbeck book. Mice and Men. Yeah, Mice and Men. That was good, cause like even though it was like set in the Depression time, it was like interesting.
You publicly state to the community when you're only one course in the sea of all the other courses that you truly believe in multiculturalism, and then you make the literature the actual content to open up those issues, and the students begin to see the connections.
That's what the literature does. That brings up the topics, and then we break down from reading, and we actually get into conversations, hands-on opinions by different people.
The Legend of La Llorona, it's about how Spanish conquistadores come to Mexico and invade and take control of the whole area.
What's he supposed to do?
he was sent to like spread Christianity.
Millen Peaches is the name, princess or the person. And he marries her and has kids, and then he translates for him to all the people, and he goes around taking over all the countries.
The way she was letting the captain use her, I thought he was using her because he was telling her to do all this stuff, and she did it. And then she was like leaving her own people just to go with the captain.
You say what?
I didn't like Monty in the first place, but I liked her even less after she sacrificed the kids, because she didn't sacrifice them to the captain, she killed them. And if she really loved them, she would just let them live, and maybe she wouldn't agree with their lifestyle, but at least they were living. And she killed them. It seemed like she was like insane in the end.
You don't think maybe the same way that you would if you were in a normal environment.
We're talking about a man who has stepped foot in her country and who has unleashed a cultural bomb. We're talking about a man who has changed her name.
The effect of a cultural bomb is to annihilate people's beliefs in their names, in their languages, in their environment, in their heritage of struggle, in their unity, in their capacities, and ultimately in themselves.
And he goes and kills the king, and eventually just takes over the whole country. That's it.
Yeah.
In the name of the king.
Spain.
What's the famous line that we like that he says? Yes.
To destroy the will of the people, you must destroy what they believe.
Okay, so you're destroying belief, the ways, what else? Good. What else?
Their language,
Their language,
their religion.
religion, what else?
Cultures, tradition.
Cultures, traditions.
The effect of a cultural bomb is to annihilate people's beliefs in their names, their languages, and ultimately in themselves.
For a school to be culturally responsive, the curriculum has to reflect the various cultures within its student body, within its town, and within the world that we're preparing them to move to.
And it is really hard. By ninth grade, you have young people who have been relatively convinced of their incredible capacity or their incredible incapacity. It's not so easy creating a space where young people can engage not only equally with the text, but equally with a sense of entitlement.
The World Literature Program allows students who maybe for the first time in 8 years of their education are seen as equal learners in that environment.
It changes everything when the kids' voices start to come out that nobody has ever heard from before. And kids kind of do the double take and say, wow, did you hear what she just said? Or did you hear what he just said? What it also does to the teacher is it has the teacher see the kids differently. There's no help in going into a classroom and having judgments about kids. For me, I walk in, I have judgments about kids. What I hold open as a possibility is that the kids are going to show up in a way that I'm not expecting. I'm certain that whatever my judgments are, they're probably inaccurate. And you have to hold that open.
It's a democratic environment. It's one that values their input. It waits to listen for their response. It challenges them to do more. It has, you as teachers have expectations that they will perform at a standard that you've established for that class.
The beautiful thing about this course is that when you hold the kids to those expectations and they see that they're actually all being held to those expectations, not a select few, they show up. Kids who have been, for years maybe, detached, sleeping, disengaged in school, suddenly want to participate again. That's what everybody wants to do, is just be part, be included.